Welcome to Hope Through the Hard, a curated coalition podcast where we talk honestly about life struggles and how to face them in healthy, hope-filled ways. In 2 Corinthians 4, Paul says, "We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." That's the purpose of this space. Real conversations about the hard things in life and the hope that carries us through. Visit curatedcoalition.com to find our coaching services and book a free consultation.
Hi, I'm Levi. This is Lincoln, and we have Ashley and Lyndon running production today instead of you.
Yes.
How you feel about that?
Scared.
Scared? Being on this side and not that side?
Yes.
And then they have a kid question for us, so good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Okay, what fictional world or place would you like to visit?
Fictional world or place?
Yeah.
The first one that comes to mine would be Narnia. That would be cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I said too.
Yeah, some Narnia. Go check out Narnia.
That would be cool.
Then see all the mystical animals and all of that
Yeah.
over Star Wars and...
Well, it said a world, right, chicken?
World or place?
Or place.
And you said we could visit two?
No.
Just one. Just one.
You could visit
One place. Narnia? I almost jumped to a theme. So, yes, a world, I guess, would have to pick one. But if it's Star Wars. But
I mean, I guess you could just buy a ship and just...
yeah, I guess so. That's
Yeah,
fun.
Star Wars would be the best spot.
Yeah, maybe.
Star Wars is my answer.
How about the planet of the Star Destroyer?
No.
That's like a full planet right there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
Good job,
Thank you.
chicken.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Today, as we are kind of focusing, as last week we focused on women, this week we're focusing on men. And so, what does it actually mean to be a man today? Is it being tough? Is it being successful? Is it being independent? Or is it something deeper? And so, I think one of the things we want to try to make sure and understand is what does real manhood look like, and is strength that serves and love that leads is I think a huge part of all of it to kind of give a time frame of that. And so, today we're having a different look kind of conversation. It's just you and me as a father and son, and Lincoln's going to be trying to answer no, he's not going to answer all the questions. No. But we're going to talk honestly because I think this is a key conversation that needs to happen. Father-sons need to take place and talk through, but also everybody. In the Bible, it talks about men and what that looks like and how we're supposed to be in real life. So, all right, Lincoln, you ready?
Yep.
Let's keep it simple. So ask you a question. When you hear the phrase, be a man, what do you think that means, and where do you think people your age get their ideas of manhood today?
Sports. Where are you on your team? Where are you on this? Do you have social media? How many girls do you talk to? That's big one. Are those three just right off the head? Culture would say you have to do this in order to be a man. You have to sleep with this number of girls in order to be a man. Or you have to kiss this many girls. Or you have to play this spot on this team on this sport. You have to do what culture says. It's not what you think or what God says you have to do. Because God says is watch over the family.
Right.
Not sleep with girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great answer of kind of walking through a little bit, right? Because it matters more of what everybody else sees more so than who you are and your character.
Yeah.
Of what the world kind of is looking at and everything. And we're going to take a little different look because we see something that's different. And a lot of the worldview is incomplete.
Right.
And sometimes even confusing because some men biological males are not acting like males.
Right.
as well. So what is real manhood? And then also we want to hit on what does God say about that? So biblical manhood begins with love. In Ephesians 5:25, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. And I think this is a huge verse that a lot of people look at in marriage, especially. The Bible starts with manhood in a place of a lot of people don't expect love. Right. Not feelings, not control, but sacrificial, intentional love. And Philippians also, Paul even talks about that. The value others above ourselves is key as men, that we are to be like Christ, and we are to love everybody else and to serve everybody else, which is different than what a lot of people see as manhood. It's more of what you just described as trying to get something from everybody else.
Right. Which is not what God wants you to do.
Right.
Or what you need to do.
Right.
Yeah. What does it actually look like to love mom? And what you just described as loving her, providing for her, and not just in the big moments, in the small little acts of kindness.
Yeah. I'll start with, I am not perfect. As Ashley's making faces in the background. I'm nowhere close to perfect of this, because this isn't always easy, because there are feelings, there are emotions, there are times where she's angry or I'm upset or different things happen. And sometimes it's easy to show love. Sometimes it's hard to just push through some of those feelings of taking place. And what you just said of not just the big moments, but also the small ones, I think is key, of constantly trying to look for ways of showing them, hey, I appreciate you and all that you do, and I'm going to love you. I'm going to try to help you. So that's part of why I do a lot of the chores around the house, try to get involved, try to help with those things, but also just listening to her as much as I can as well, and helping her get the things she wants. Yeah. Which isn't always easy, because life is, everybody wants stuff, right? What can I get? What can I, and I forfeit a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things I want that I don't get because she wants it. And so that's where some of the things or time goes to. Yeah. So I think that's a big part of it. The other part of not just her, but it's also everybody else around, that we're supposed to love and serve others, and to show, hey, there's a real man. Yeah. That guy right there. Why? Because he's willing to serve somebody, just like what we did today. We walked out, Ashley and I walked outside to walk the dog, and the neighbors were kind of freaking out a little bit because they were trying to clear their roof of the pine needles and leaves off the roof. And they don't need to be doing that. No. Yeah. So what did we do?
We went over and did it for them.
We went and did it for them. Yeah. And so to help them out and to serve them, and not needing anything back, but that was just, hey, you don't need to be on that roof. It took us 15 minutes to clear it off. So those are types of things that are real manhood type of things of what it means to be a man and loving others as well. So I think also our words can be a big thing, how we act, also not just saying I love you, but also other words and discussions, being respectful, listening. It's a huge thing. Definitely. And then being able to repeat that back somewhat, of, yes, I was paying attention, and not just scrolling. But I think that's it, is that if a man can't love sacrificially, he can't lead spiritually. And that kind of leads us into the next part of what men are supposed to be: protectors, right? And defenders. And the meaning of that is, culture says protectors fight, but God's word says something a little bit different. David protected his sheep. He didn't have to necessarily always fight. Jesus defended his people all the time. He wasn't, always flipping tables. There's only one time we see that. He wasn't whipping people. He wasn't fighting people, but he was protecting them, standing up for them. So protection isn't just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, and relational as well. That I think is key of how we not just look as men as a protector and I got to be strong and fight somebody, but also how do I protect them with their boundaries for emotional, spiritual, and the physical part too.
Yeah. What are ways a man can protect his family that don't have to do with fighting?
Some ways to not fight. I think some of it is understanding what's going on, understanding their feelings as well. With you all, there's some times where we understand that you have people that have been in your lives sometimes as bullies.
Yeah.
So it's figuring out some boundaries. I don't physically have to do anything to push a button to block somebody.
Right.
But it's listening to make sure I am able to protect in the right ways, I think is huge of seeing me being a protector. And so with that is standing up for others and drawing some boundaries with people who may not like us, who may not be happy with us. And so we draw up some boundaries. Hey, we need you to be here at our house for this family event. No, I don't, because it's not a safe space for you. It's not a safe space for your mom. It's not a safe space for, Adeline.
Yeah.
And so learning how to protect them may be not a physical fight, but it's making sure that they're in a physical place that feels safe.
Yeah.
It's huge. And that could be boundaries away from other people, or we put ourselves into a situation where spiritually we're getting fed. And we're protecting. Or if there's something that's spiritually going on in a church that's not great for our family, then we have to leave and go somewhere else so we can get fed, but also we're protected and not getting told something that's not really godly in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great question. What do you think?
Like what you said, we have to be there, but we don't have to fight to be there. We can show up to the event, but we might get attacked.
Right.
We don't have to show up, but showing up, you will get attacked at a family event is almost guaranteed. Sometimes. But if you don't show up, it's why weren't you there? They're going to try to guilt you into going.
Yeah,
So-
and that's where sometimes I've taken the phone calls or I've taken the questions of some of those situations and put it on me more so than you all in some of those situations, but also at work or schools and things like that. It's happened with youth ministry stuff too.
Yeah,
So
a lot.
the spiritual part of that I think is huge.
Yes.
Making sure that we are spiritual leaders that builds a legacy. Because this is, as we have talked multiple times in our podcast, this stuff isn't just today type of building. This is for longevity. This is for your kids that we're trying to build this legacy of showing you all how to live life in a godly way, but also be the man or the woman that you're supposed to be. And then to continue that into your kids, to continue into their kids. So the legacy, I think, is huge. So Deuteronomy 6 and 7 talk about God's truth with your children in everyday life, which we try to do.
Yeah.
And not just your mom who teaches,
Right.
but me as a male, I think lacks a lot of times, as we're supposed to be the spiritual leaders. The men don't step up to some of this.
No.
In a lot of families that we have experienced this stuff with, men are not always the ones getting this. And I understand why sometimes. Church world is not always man-friendly.
True.
And it's focused more on the women. And the men need to be jumping in more and being a present of saying, hey, God said to be a man, this is what it means.
Yeah.
And so spiritually, I need to spiritually be a man and grow into my life. And with that, learn how this works. So God calls fathers to be spiritual leaders, not perfect, which I've said.
Yeah.
I've messed up a few times, right?
Just a few.
Just a few.
Just
So
a
nice
few.
of him.
I try.
But it's trying to be faithful. It's trying to figure out routines of reading your Bibles, praying, having conversations about Bible stuff. We have conversations after church stuff. I try to ask you all about your BSF lessons at different times as well. I think is huge. Legacy building research from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says that the fathers, whenever they are actually engaged, graduate high school, maintain stable employment, and regulate emotions well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, hopefully you'll graduate, right?
Thanks.
Teens with warm, present fathers, which means fathers who are there and loving and caring onto their kids, lower rate of risky behaviors, stronger identity formations, and so they understand a little bit more who they are and where they belong.
Yeah.
I think is a huge part, and that's why fathers need to be plugged in everyday life, loving
And not
on
just
kids.
present.
Somewhat there,
Yeah.
scrolling on their phone or looking at the TV. Yeah, I understand because been there. I've lived some of that where you get home and dad gets home, and I've seen this in many homes where dads eat and then they watch TV and then
Go to bed.
go to bed.
Yep.
That's it.
not
No conversations.
Not fun, though.
So children who are raised with involved married parents have higher upward mobility and lower poverty rates. So that's cool.
Yeah. Definitely a good thing.
Right. And so when fathers model active faith, children are significantly more likely to keep their faith into adulthood. So why do you think that is? Of giving your point of seeing what you see, understanding these statistics of, yes, you might be more successful because I'm more involved. What's some of your thoughts?
Well, just you being there is comforting. Like, we can go and ask you a question, and we're 99% of the time likely to get a direct answer or you helping us, unless if you're not involved on a meeting for work or that. But just you being there whenever we have a question about insurance in the future, because Addie wanted a credit card a month ago, and we said, look at the stats, how to get it, and you walked her through everything. That's exactly how a father should be, and not scrolling through his phone.
Let's say good luck.
Yeah. Which needs to happen sometimes.
Right.
But you should also be there to show them how to look at a car, how to buy a house, and not just say, you'll figure it out.
Right.
Which needs to happen. The father needs to be present. The father needs to look, show them, and then see how they react to it. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's where we have seen a lot of situations of decades of fathers. Is that a lot of fathers have just said, good luck.
Yeah.
Go
Doesn't work,
learn
though.
to be a man. Part of being a man's being tough and not sharing feelings and just figuring it out on your own. Which has worked because we've created a lot of generations of men, but it's not successful.
No.
As what it could be. But that's a lot of generations of what fathers were taught of how to be a father.
Yeah.
It was just, son, good luck. Go figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Which, again, there are some situations where that's good.
Right.
But there's other times where,
You need to sit down and have a conversation
for sure.
and not just go to the gym and take all your anger out on the weights. So what if a dad doesn't feel like he knows enough about the Bible to lead the children spiritually?
That's a good question. You're never going to know enough.
True.
That's kind of the answer, right?
Yeah.
Because even me having a Bible degree doesn't mean that I know everything. It doesn't mean I understand all the stuff. Again, I still mess up. I still get some things wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I don't know.
Right.
Because I think that is a huge thing that where you can say, I don't know, can then give us an opportunity to sit down together and go, well, let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's see what this really says. Let's grow together and figure out this on our own together. And that's the big part of that. The other part of what I would say is start small. Prayer time, be small. It doesn't have to be the perfect prayer. There isn't a perfect prayer.
No.
It just has to be from your heart. And so I know sometimes we've even talked with our prayers is sometimes it can just be a routine, which is okay to start.
Yeah.
Yes, we've mentioned these things. Thank you for these things. And we're thanking God, but then also asking God for some things, but also having a balance in that. And it needs to continue to evolve as you grow a relationship. It can be small. It can be repetitive type of prayer, but eventually it does need to also grow.
Yeah.
Model humility, I think, is huge, and repentance. Hey, I messed up and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I'm not always going to get it right. I don't have all the answers, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And consistency is huge.
Yeah.
Kids don't need a perfect father. They need a present one.
That's key to life.
Yeah, I think so. Because also this is how we also view God, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of us and how we start to have a relationship with God the Father is then first viewed back to our own personal fathers,
Yeah.
and then carries over into it. And so I think fatherhood reflects God's heart. As Luke 15, God tells us the story of the prodigal son,
Always a fun story.
right? And so the dad in this story, the kid is rebellious, wants his inheritance, his half of it, and runs away. And then the other son's like, great, I get everything else. But then gets jealous when the other kid comes back and they're trying to throw a party for him.
Yeah.
The dad's heart was caring for both of them. And that's a huge part of, hey, I'm going to treat you one way and I'm going to treat you a way because you both have different actions and personalities, but I still love you.
Right.
And I want to be involved with you. And so God teaches us that, show mercy, show guidance. Structure often needs to happen as well. Restoration to take place. And so that's where some of the stories we really need to see of what does a father look like?
Right.
And
Needs to
God
look like
shows
that.
us those.
Yeah. So one thing that you hope I always understand about you as my dad.
Uh-oh. What's one thing I hope that you understand
Yes.
as a father?
Yes.
Man, I think a lot of it goes back to what we just talked about, that I am here.
Yeah.
That if you ever do need something, I can be here for that.
Yeah.
And that I'm not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do all that I can to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope. That's
Yes.
my hope, that you understand that you're here, that I'm here, and loving you,
Yeah.
loving you all. So I might be failing,
No.
but I think the biggest hope is to watch you all grow up and to see and know that we're here, even though at times you're not going to want us as much involved in your life, which is part of growing up.
Right.
But no matter what, I'm still here to be able to help, and not necessarily to say bad things, but to cheer you on in what direction you're going. So presence, I think, is a big part. Play and time together.
Yeah.
I think it's huge of being a father.
It is.
And spending time with your kids. Manhood isn't just taught through lectures. It's built through time together. Research shows 1+ hour outside daily improves attention and emotional health. Touch grass,
Yay.
Lincoln.
I do. Whenever I take the trash out.
No, you don't. You don't even touch grass then. Physical activity improves cognitive function.
Yeah.
Sunlight supports mood, sleep, and overall health, which is why we always try to get outside, get in the sun, even if it's just some of the things. Sunlight supports mood, sleep, and overall health, which is why your mom also is constantly pushing you out to get out into the sun.
Always.
But us going out, time together, going outside and playing catch, doing different activities, helps build confidence with our relationship, but also trust as well. I think is huge to go outside,
Yeah.
go play
Yes.
together.
Yes. Always.
Yep.
What are some of your favorite things that we've done together that you think helped me grow?
I think there's some times where we have gone to camping trips and watched you and your brother both learn some different things. Has been cool.
Yeah.
That's been fun. Spending time doing Legos together.
That's always fun. We need to
Sometimes.
get some bigger Lego sets.
Yeah, when we're spending all of Christmas break on a Lego set.
Yes.
I think it's fun. I think there's been times that we've also just kind of hung out and done things. We not necessarily going outside, but playing Fortnite is just fun to watch you all play and to work together as a team to win a game and those things.
Yeah.
baseball, games and stuff like that, and teams, just playing on some of that stuff. I think
Playing catch is fun.
Yeah.
I remember as a little kid, you would take me and Addie out, and we would just play catch in the backyard. I remember one time you threw the ball, and me and Addie's gloves both didn't catch the ball. Bad hand-to-eye coordination on our part, and it both hit us in the eye.
Yes.
And black eyes for the both of us.
You looked it all the way in.
Yeah, but it taught us to catch the ball. It taught us to stay focused through pain. But
Through pain.
it was okay.
And that all happens to everybody. I've been hit with a ball from my dad throwing it and other people throwing it.
Yeah.
Just learning. But it's also taking the time to go out and learn it. Spending time together. So emotional strength, I think, is a part of manhood.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
So some men were taught don't feel.
Yeah.
All right. And just do what you're told to, but that's not really biblical.
No.
David expressed grief. David expressed major feelings of being attacked over and over. You look back into Joseph, and he was sold by his brothers and then mistreated over and over again. Jesus wept. You see that taking place with his people. And so the Bible doesn't say don't have emotions. It's just saying here's a whole part of how God has made us. And emotional honesty is not weakness. It's strength with depth. And so it's okay to feel. And we really need to change the whole environment and culture of what men see and say, okay, yes, you can have these feelings. Sadly, we express the wrong feelings.
Yeah.
Men are constantly expressing emotional feelings of anger.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's not the love. There's not the hey, this is how it made me feel joy and happiness, or hey, I just felt kind of abandoned.
Yeah.
Or I felt kind of lost, or you just left me and I felt kind of sad.
Right.
It's just anger is all that men seem to share in the world of today. And so I think we need to make a change. What is real fatherhood? What's real manhood look like? It's share your emotions, all of them. It's okay to be angry, but walk through it, talk through it, and then figure out why and how to really express those emotions and share is huge.
Yeah. So going off of that, why do you think it's hard for men to share their feelings?
I know for me, it was because I was told not to.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Why? Because you look weak. You share your feelings, you're weak. And you shouldn't be doing that. And that's wrong. Because really we're weak because we don't share our feelings.
Yes.
Because then we just hide, or we don't live out a life full like we're supposed to be living it out as well.
Right.
What do you think?
It was just having feelings was good in Bible times, right? And then as we progressed, it was, no, you're not allowed to feel that. You're not allowed to feel happiness. That's bad for you. You're not allowed to feel joy. And it was just pressed down. And anytime you had a feeling, you would be yelled at, and then it would be swept under the rug, and everything would be happy. You weren't allowed to have any feelings. You weren't allowed to show them. And it got to the point where men were so numb just to all emotion except for anger.
Right.
And that's shouldn't be happening.
Right. Yeah. We miss out on a lot of life with those situations, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you nailed it. Being numb is where a lot of men live. And that's sad, because you fall into the robot world of what a lot of people think we are. Is just go work the line, don't have feelings, just do your job, make your money, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat.
Which is sad.
Yep. There's a whole lot more to manhood than that. And so with that, I think, how do we change? I think first has to be accountability.
Yes.
And discipleship. And so a man does not grow alone. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So just men need to sharpen each other. And Titus 2, older men mentor younger men. It's healthy for men who have mentors, accountability, a brotherhood, a time to spend together. but also spiritual fathers to help us learn how to be fathers is huge. So
Yes.
finding mentors is not simple.
No.
It's not easy because sometimes you have to get outside your comfort zone to go and ask somebody for that, right? And the other part is that we have fear. We're going to get rejected.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times I say, what's the worst that could be said? No. Okay. So ask anyways. And then if he says no, then it is what it is. But if they're able to help you and grow, great. Finding somebody to keep you accountable is huge to help you to be a better person each and every day.
Yeah.
And whatever you might be working on today, find some good friends.
Yeah.
Is huge. Even as adults, sadly today in today's world, adults don't really find a bunch of brotherhoods that died in college through the frats, or that died in high school because then I had to become a real man and go to work every day.
Yeah.
It's okay to still have friends, but it needs to have some accountability with that.
Yes, it does.
Hold each other up, but then find some spiritual fathers. If you're struggling to understand how I'm supposed to be a spiritual father, then find somebody who you see as being that and say, hey, can we talk and have some conversations and figure out some ways that they've been doing it.
So, who are the men that helped shape you into who you are today?
Yeah, my dad started, but then getting into college, had a few mentors in college that helped me a little bit here and there. And then I think, got into Missouri. Ken Harlan was a big one that helped shaped a lot of different things. But sometimes it's some of that brotherhood.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that I've been friends with over times, Steve Garrison is one of them that I continue to look back to and go, how he lived out his life every day is
How you want to live out.
How I want others to see me.
Yeah.
And so he always has a heart for everybody. He always had a heart to be there for whoever and whatever they needed.
Yeah.
And it was cool to have as a friend, you know? And so those are some of the people that I strive to continue to connect with, stay connected with, and still be involved with, even today. It's huge.
It is.
So what do you, who's been involved in your life?
You.
Who have you had? Okay. And
Student pastors. There was one from the church that we go to. He was there, but like not always there. And it showed me like, you want to be there. You want to be there. You want to engage. He showed me you have to be there to be there. You want to be with the kids. You want to talk with the kids in order to lead them to Christ, not just be there. Right. Some of my friends are like, they are by my side. Whenever I need them, I reach out. You want to play Fortnite? Yeah, we go, we hang out, and then we talk about life just as it is. And it's what you need to have a strong circle of people around you to keep you up and to hold you up and not just leave you whenever something gets hard for them, which is exactly what you need as a man. Yeah.
Right. Well, and I think that gives us all an idea a little bit of to what to search for mentors and friends and everything else is having goals for ourselves.
Yeah.
Of what I really want to be like is huge because who we surround ourselves with, that's what we're going to act like and that's what we're going to become, which is what we've continued to said, hey, might not be the best person to hang out with.
Right.
Me as a father, I'm going to put up some boundaries, protect, and because some of the friends that are out there aren't making right choices.
No.
And so it's a protection part of me, but also to teach you of, hey, here's why. And then so-and-so over there might be a better person.
Yeah.
Just because of their choices.
Right.
And then you can kind of make up your own choice of what that means. So I think that's cool. Biblical manhood isn't about being perfect. It's becoming a man who loves sacrificially, leads spiritually, protects intentionally, and grows continually, I think is huge of each one of those little steps as we all grow. We can't do all these at once,
Right.
but we can start. And then when men live like that, then families get stronger.
Yes.
Children feel safer.
Yes.
And generations are changed,
Which is
cool.
Yes.
Right?
Always.
So, listeners, we want to just talk to you a little bit. Some questions for you to reflect on, men especially. How are you sacrificially giving at home? How are you loving at home? How are you leading spiritually at home? Where do you need to grow emotionally? I think is a big question of figuring out some of the stuff. And as Ashley's making faces at me of going, well, let me tell you where to start. May be the best place to start, but maybe not. But another part of that's finding a mentor. Find somebody that can really help you with those parts that you're getting told, hey, this is some stuff that you're struggling with. Maybe it's a life coach. And with that, we can help you with those as well. So this week, we want to challenge you to start praying with your family. Pray out loud. Spend some intentional time together, outdoors especially. Speak life over your children is a big thing. And have one meaningful, undistracted conversation.
Yeah.
And if you have a teenager, that's kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
If it's the male form version. Because Lincoln, how do our undistracted conversations go? Hey, Lincoln, how you doing?
Cool.
Yeah, and that's all I get.
Yep.
Then Adeline, yeah, she just goes
on
and
my
goes
phone.
and goes.
Don't talk to me. I'm scrolling TikTok.
No, undistracted. That means we take the phone away. Has to happen. Those conversations, setting yourself up to have those conversations. It's difficult to have conversations sometimes, but we pull it out of you, don't we?
Yes.
It takes time.
It does.
It takes effort, and you appreciate it, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you care about us.
Right. Yeah. So challenge you as well. You can do this as well. You can handle all of it. And so with that, we want to encourage you all to share this with a father or a son or a family member who knows and needs some hope. Follow the podcast.
I do.
You do.
Yep.
That's great. We keep adding more and more subscribers, which is awesome. So
Yes, it
follow
is.
us, like and make a comment if you want, and connect with us on curatedcoalition.com. For life coaching or mentoring, please do that as well. And remember, God is still building strong men and stronger families, one faithful step at a time.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us for today's conversation. My hope is that you leave here reminded that whatever you're facing, you're not crushed, abandoned, or destroyed. That's the promise of 2 Corinthians 4:8-9 and the heartbeat of hope through the hard. Visit curatedcoalition.com for all of our coaching services or to book your free consultation. We'll see you next time.